But as a team, collectively, even if you don't play well, your center forward or your goal getter should be able to get you goals. Even if you don't play well. That is the difference between Chelsea and Liverpool. You will see Liverpool not playing well, but at the end of the day, they're going to get you goals. That is the quality that individually Chelsea lack. It is only Cole Palmer that can create something out of nothing.
Hello, welcome once again to the Al Media Review Show, where we take a look at the most interesting and mouth-watering clashes in the European top 5 leagues, where after the end of the international break, the top 5 leagues across Europe will be resuming again, and there promises to be some exciting games, because in the Premier League, Manchester United will be at home at Old Trafford, and then they will be entertaining Brentford in one clash that I believe that if you're a Manchester United fan, there could be a make or break for head coach Erik ten Hag. Mind you that before the resumption of international football, there was a cramped 6-hour meeting between the owners and also management of the club, and the verdict was that he was set to continue as head coach of the club until further notice, which means that maybe his job is under scrutiny. The hierarchy is still monitoring his job from a distance, but if he should lose that game, then it could be the end of the road with regards to being manager of Manchester United. There are other games also coming up, but the big one in the Premier League or even across Europe will be that game at Anfield, where informed Chelsea will travel to league leaders, that's Liverpool, and that one could be a blockbuster. There are also games in the La Liga, where Barcelona will be playing against Sevilla, and then we take a trip to Italy, where it's AS Roma up against Inter Milan. So quite some interesting games coming up across Europe, and I have two gentlemen here quite adept when it comes to analysis, and I have Kari to my right, and then also Atiga Maulifos to my left. Usual suspects, right? Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
All right, Atiga, how are you doing?
Good.
Yeah. First and foremost, you've really enjoyed the international break. I guess you've seen some players really flourish, but what do you make of injury situations? Arsenal losing Bukayo Saka. The last international break, it was Martin Odegaard. This time, again, twice unlucky Saka.
You see, the international break is become a thorn in the flesh of clubs. But at the end of the day, you can't do a football calendar without international break. The class must class must be possible to adopt situations where even if you have a key player who is going to be out because of injury as a result of going to represent its national team, you would have a replacement. But at the end of the day, there's always going to be a conflicting issue between the leagues and then the national teams. But I think that it boils down to the depth of quality that clubs have. And because, for example, if you look at Arsenal, they brought in Raheem Sterling from Chelsea. So if Raheem Sterling is that good enough, then Arsenal shouldn't weigh too much on the loss of Bukayo Saka, because they've got Sterling. And then you go to other clubs as well. But at the end of the day, the question is going to be that how are we going to manage the playing time for players? And remember that Rodri did make a clear statement that they are fatigued, they are under duress, they're playing so much football that it's affecting their health and their physical well-being. So it is something that we would seriously have to have a look at.
Kyle, let me bring you in. You've been following the games during international break. England, they lost, but we're hearing that they've appointed a new coach, which I think we'll be discussing pretty soon. But what do you make of the entire 2-week international break?
I think it's been very interesting, considering the fact that players have been complaining a lot of these days, considering the fact that they've been playing too much games. But then, for real fans, I think we keep enjoying it, because that's what we want to see: big matches day in, day out. With England, I think Lucas Lee knows his level right now. He has seen that the job is not for kids, so he has already advised himself that.
I think he's not good enough for the job.
I think 2 matches, one defeat and then 1 win. Not so good for a coach who knows the terrain very well, and a coach who was supposed to do better. So I think yes, England are on the right course to appoint a new manager, and they deserve to do that as soon as possible.
Right, but let me start off with you. Games coming up over the weekend in the Premier League. Quite some interesting, quite some cagey games as well. Manchester United will be at home to Brentford. But first of all, were you surprised when after that long 6-hour meeting, between the owners and then also management, United decided to maintain Ten Hag. And you think he could lead United to a win?
I wasn't surprised at all because from day one you could see that the hierarchy has been backing the gaffer for a very long time, and they've given him the chance to to readjust his team on several occasions. They've given him big money to spend on players. He's brought in Mazraoui, De Ligt, and the likes in recent times. So you don't expect the coach, the leaders to just get rid of him at this point in time because they've already invested a lot of time and then resources into the squad and then to him as well. So I think the meeting particularly was about the Alex Ferguson and his people, because I'm hearing news I'm picking is that Sir Alex Ferguson has been cut off his duty to.
Yes.
So
an ambassador of the club.
Yes, I wasn't surprised they came up with a statement that they are backing their coach. I think he's someone who go a long way with the club. Yes, he's someone they see to put the club in the path they want to see. So I wasn't surprised at all.
Right, but first, we are talking about a coach who has struggled. His first season saw him finish third, win, a trophy. Second season, they dropped down to 7th place, but then ended up again with a trophy. You think it is the wisest decision for Manchester United to still maintain Ten Hag? And what are their chances with Ten Hag in the dugout against Brentford?
Well, Josiah, I have indicated on several occasions that Ten Hag do not have the capacity and the aura, to be the coach of Manchester United.
You think he's not good enough?
No, he's not good enough. You understand? Because he has demonstrated weakness. He has demonstrated that he doesn't have the nuance. He doesn't have the tactical ability to be at the helms of Manchester United. You see, let's not take from the fact that for the past three seasons that he has been at Manchester United, they have flopped. I get to the point. You see, I can accept an argument that yes, they have to give him time, but after three years or after 2.5 years, what has been the progress? What have we been able to see to indicate that there is progress, even if you are not winning trophies or even if you are not, winning the EPL?
You think there's no indicator?
Let me finish my point. Prior to the appointment of Ten Hag, what were the problems that Manchester United were facing?
Okay.
There was no style. There was no progress. There was no ability. There was no onslaught on any trophy. They brought in Ten Hag because they felt that what he has been at Ajax. He has a clear identity of playing total football. He's been brought into the helm of affair of Manchester United, and that identity for the past 2.5 years has not been laid bare. So if you look at Manchester United play, there's no identity, there's no clear pattern. So you then ask yourself, on what basis should he be maintained as the head coach? That is why I am surprised, and I'll continue to be surprised, because I can tell you for a fact that the aim of Manchester United to be competing for trophies, to be competing to be in the top 4 is not going to be achievable, and they will not be able to achieve it under Ten Hag. At most, they are going to qualify for the Europa League. And you see, the funny thing is that they've given him their support, all the backing that he deserves to succeed. But is he going to succeed? A big no. Because he doesn't, you see, for you to be the head coach of Manchester United, you need not only to be good tactically or technically, but you need to have a certain level of power, a certain level of confidence, a certain level of, nuance about yourself in the game. And Ten Hag doesn't have that. Because if you look at a Manchester United coach in the dugout, even if you are losing, you should show a certain exuberance, you should show a certain confidence, and for you to be able to transmit same to your players. But you see a Manchester United team that is losing a goal down or that is losing 2, and the confidence from the bench is missing. So what are you going to transmit to the players? I get to the point. Sometimes you don't necessarily need tactics to win games. You only need confidence. You understand me?
You think with time he could build that?
So you cannot build the confidence, because in the first season we saw a lack of confidence. The second season we saw a lack of confidence, and this is the third season of him being at the helm of affairs of Manchester United, and the same problems are showing, right? So on what basis then do we say that he's now going to build the confidence? Because you see, I pin all this from the beginning on the fact that the hierarchy of Manchester United clearly came out and stated that they are not going to have an onslaught on winning the EPL, because they don't have a team that is capable of And we sat here and I said that is a totally wrong statement, because a club like Manchester United should be operating at the same level or surface like Liverpool, like Man City.
And they've been
like,
honest.
No, they are not being honest here. So, you can admit behind the scenes that yes, you don't have the capabilities and the capacity to lay an onslaught on the EPL or the Champions League.
And make it open.
But you don't come openly to admit that you don't have the tools to be winning championships. I think that is what has deflected the ego of this place. And Manchester United should not under any circumstances be a mid-table club, and that is what they are currently.
All right, so you think they're winning against Brentford with the coach being under fire? You think that it should be a win for Manchester United?
This is a do or die affair. Ten Hag must win this, and then especially playing at home.
I think they have enough quality. You look at it, the team, and you think there's quality.
Just some quite of inconsistency, but then I think they've gone on international break. They are back. They are reshuffling stuff, and then they've had several meetings. The coach has had one-on-one conversations with the players. They should be winning this game.
All right. Force, you maintain that United, despite their struggles, should be winning this game.
United is not going to win against Brentford.
They're not winning against Brentford.
United is not going to win against.
They're playing at the Old Trafford.
You see, you're playing at Old Trafford, and you've got an Emblem who is very, very much on form. You've gotten a Brentford side that is not scared to have a go at the big top. I mean, at the top clubs, right? And you have a United side that is shy when it comes to scoring goals. So on what basis then do you say that they're going to have a go at Brentford? Because, you see, I can tell you for a fact that when you, like the game they played against Aston Villa, you don't see where the goal is going to come from. Whether the goal is going to come from Garnacho, whether the goal is going to come from, what was the name?
But they created a decent chance.
You see, the ability to create chances must be separated from the ability to find the back of the post. Because
without chances creation, you don't end up scoring.
How many chances have United not created? The problem is not about creating chances, but the problem is about how do you get the goals. You understand? We've got two centre forwards in Zexi and then what's the name? Hoyland, who are not world class, who are not finishers that are going to give you 20-25 goals a season. And you've got Rashford, who has who has failed to justify the money he's been paid or he's been paid. Because you see, the first 2 seasons of Manchester United was fantastic. I got them, but from after the COVID, or for the past 2 years, his shine, his light has dimmed. And for me, I can tell you for the fact that against Brentford, a side that is rugged, a side that is defensively as solid as when going forward, it's going to be difficult for United to get a win. And I think that at most it's going to be a draw.
I know United fans will agree with the statement from Atiga Maoli Force. But still in the Premier League, there's still one big game coming up. At this time, it will be at Anfield, where top of the table team that's Liverpool will be entertaining Chelsea. Chelsea are quite in some good form before the international break. But Kai, let me bring you in. It's Chelsea playing some very exciting football, traveling to Liverpool. You think they have what it takes to upset Liverpool? Liverpool, they've already lost this season at home, but you think Chelsea will be the real deal?
I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. I wish though, as a Chelsea fan, but I don't think so.
As a Chelsea fan, you think
in matches like Chelsea versus Liverpool, form guard doesn't normally count in recent years. The last time Chelsea won against Liverpool was far back 2021. Yes, and then in 10 continuous fixtures between Chelsea and Liverpool, Chelsea has picked only one win, with the rest being drawn.
But wouldn't you just attribute that to the fact that they were moving, through transition, coach and after coach and all that?
It doesn't matter. Chelsea had a fantastic team in 2021, winning the Champions League start, but they were still not able to beat Liverpool. And then per this season too, Liverpool are on top of Chelsea.
Yeah.
Per their last 5 matches, Liverpool has won all, Chelsea has won 4 and then drew 1. So I don't see Chelsea going to Anfield, especially Anfield.
But there's a team that's going into the fixture with the most recent manager of the month and player of the month in Cole Palmer and Maresca.
Liverpool have same energy. Their gaffer is doing very well. It's just that Chelsea has the momentum right now. But I still insist, going to Anfield is not a joke. Liverpool won't sit down for Chelsea to win that match, and then I don't see Chelsea winning at Anfield. That's not happening.
You want to make a bold prediction?
Oh, for sure. It will be a 2-0 for Liverpool at the end.
All right, I think let me bring you in quite some interesting predictions from Courage. He feels it should be 2-0 to Liverpool, regardless, how well Chelsea played on the day. But you've seen Chelsea in recent times. You've been following and monitoring, their progress with these young lads, and also Maresca in his first season. Player of the month, Cole Palmer, manager of the month of September. And that's, Enzo Maresca, you think they have what it takes?
The funny thing, Josiah, I think that my prediction from the beginning of the season that Chelsea is not going to do well is been thrown out the window, because from the beginning the indicative factors were showing that Chelsea was not going to have a good season. But
yeah.
I mean, Maresca has found an antidote, for them to play well, but not just play well, but score goals. My only problem with the Chelsea setup is the fact that they concede as well. In as much as they're going to score a lot of goals, they're also going to concede a lot of goals. And when that happens, then you would have to score more than you concede. And the question is, have they got the firepower? Have they got what it takes to outscore their opponent? You are going to Anfield, where the atmosphere is not going to favor you. You are going to Anfield, where they've got some momentum, they've got some confidence about them, because you realize that since the departure of Jurgen Klopp and then the appointment of Slot, the atmosphere has not shifted, because he has not come in and then changed the whole setup. He's just come in and added bits and bits to what Jurgen Klopp left him. So you then ask yourself, what has been the uplift or the momentum that Chelsea can take to Anfield? And I can tell you that the momentum is good on the part of Chelsea. But the question is that, can they keep a clean sheet at Anfield?
Is it always necessary to keep a clean sheet?
No, it is necessary, because the question is that Chelsea are going to create chances. Chelsea are going to create chances. But I don't trust Nicholas Jackson. I get to the point.
But there's a Palmer, there's a Madway.
Collectively, you see, collectively, Chelsea has got a good squad. But when it comes to the day they do not play well, they do not get goals. But as a team, collectively, even if you don't play well, your centre forward or your goal getter should be able to get you goals. Even if you don't play well. That is the difference between Chelsea and Liverpool. You will see Liverpool not playing well, but at the end of the day, they're going to get you goals. I get to the point. That is the quality that individually Chelsea lack. It is only Cole Palmer that can create something out of nothing.
And there's a Sancho.
They are not getting to the point. Sancho is going to create you chances,
but he wouldn't score.
But he's not going to score the goals.
Okay.
You look at Liverpool, and Salah might be missing for 70 minutes, 65, 80 minutes, but at the end of the day, he's going to get you a goal. That is the quality that the Chelsea teams lack. I get to the point. What's the name? Cole Palmer is going to get you that. But on the day, and if everything being equal, I am going to say that it's going to be difficult for Chelsea to get a win. Likewise, it's going to be difficult for Liverpool to get a win. I think there's going to be more goals. There's going to be a lot of goals. I can be factual on who is going to win.
Okay.
But I think that there's going to be more than 4 goals.
No, but per the factors you've outlined, talking about Liverpool, the atmosphere being downturn and hostile for any away team, and the quality in Liverpool within this team, you should be confident to say that Liverpool are winning.
No, Liverpool is not going to find it easy, because if you look at the matches that Liverpool have been able to play, they've been able to control the game from the mid-third, right? But against Chelsea, who for the past 7 matches that they've been able to play, they've controlled the possession of the game. Liverpool is going to find it difficult to have control of the possession, because Chelsea have got ball controllers better than Liverpool. So when it comes to controlling the game, when it comes to controlling the various aspects of the game, Chelsea is going to have an upper hand. But are they going to be able to turn that into creative chances? That is where I have a problem with. But you see, the reason I'm saying that there's going to be a lot of goals is that Liverpool is not going to defend. Chelsea, even if they want to defend, do not have the capacity, do not have the experience in defending, right? Because they've not their centre back pairing or their back four in the section of Cucurella, who is even suspended. So and you see the coach doesn't have trust in Benchiro, so you would have to find another.
That might be Levico playing at Liverpool.
Player will come there,
or Renato Viega playing at
Renato Viega comes there. But my problem is that the centre back pairing, to be candid with you, I don't have confidence in the centre back pairing.
So you think it should be the most likely outcome should be a draw?
The most likely outcome should be a draw if both teams are able to take their chance, because Liverpool is going to get goals. Chelsea is going to get goals. So I am not going to go for an outright winner, but I'm going to say that there are going to be a lot of goals.
Okay, so that's Force's prediction, saying there will be a lot of goals. I don't know what you think, but you can also join the conversation in the comment section with your prediction. It's the big one coming up in the Premier League this weekend. Super Sunday, Liverpool up against Chelsea at the Anfield, and it would be quite an interesting game. But let's move straight to the La Liga, where there's another, hot game coming up. It's Barcelona coming up against Sevilla, and news per multiple sources we are hearing that Lamine Yamal could be out, which will be a big blow. But Dani Olmo is also not back, so that leaves the likes, of Rafinha, Ferran Torres, and co orchestrating things for them. But you think Barcelona are in fine form and they shouldn't worry about the threat that Sevilla poses?
Since Hansi Flick took over the team, they've been playing as a whole unit. They've been playing as a team, and then they've been gelling very well. If you could remember, during Xavi's term, a player like Rafinha was finding it difficult to cope with the team. But then, for now, I think if after Lamine Yamal, he's the second best player of the team, and then he's in very fine form. So in the absence of Lamine Yamal and then Dani Olmo, he should be able to take things into his own hands and then cause problems for Sevilla. A Sevilla team that are not in any good form, I think they've been on and off. So with all things being equal, I see Barcelona going all the way to pick up the 3 points, because as we speak now, the Sevilla team has been so much inconsistent. Barcelona are doing fine. They are top of the table. They have the momentum. They have everything. And the likes of Ferran Torres, even though he's not been performing up to his own standard, but then he's not doing quite bad. He will add up to Lewandowski's attacking prowess to cause a lot of havoc for Sevilla, and then I expect them to carry the day at the end of the day.
All right, so that's what Courage is saying. But what happened to Sevilla? We've seen them really struggle. This is one of the most decorated teams in the history of the Europa League, and all of a sudden it looks like they are just falling off the cliff. What actually happened to them?
You can say it's a structural issue. You can say it's a problem from the hierarchy. You can say it's a problem from the playing body. But at the end of the day, unless you have a thorough and a forensic analysis of the whole situation, you might not be able to find one particular problem. But you see, from the beginning of the season, when the momentum was on the side of Barcelona, I did indicate that unless we have injuries, we cannot see or we cannot accept the fact that the Barcelona side is an all conquering side. You see, when you have a team that is playing so well, the problem is always going to be when suspensions and injuries set in. How do they recover? How do they move from that and then still play as they were still playing? So this is a trying moment for Barcelona. And is it going to be possible for Hansi Flick to find a solution tactically and technically, or is it going to be struggling? Because if you look at the setup of Barcelona, they are very dependent on Lamine. So if he's not if he's not in contention to play, what is going to be the next line of action? Who is going to replace him? Is it going to be Ferran Torres? Or is it going to be Ansu Fati? And see, I have a problem with Ansu Fati because it seems like what the coach says is different from what he practices. He says that he has a lot of confidence in Ansu Fati, but so far, about 6-7 games into the season, I don't see that confidence being built up. Because if you have a confidence in a player, then it means that you should give that player playing time, right? But I don't see that here. So I would have to watch and see what is going to happen with this Barcelona team with Lamine Yamal not in the side, for me to say that okay, it's going to affect the team negatively, or the team is going to find a way to play without him, right? But against Sevilla, I don't think that's going to be a problem, because Sevilla is a hogwash team. This season they don't have what it takes to stop Barcelona, even without Lamine Yamal. So I think that Barcelona is going to win.
All right, but quickly, let me take your predictions. There's one big game also in the Serie A where AS Roma will be at the Stadio Olimpico, and the visitors will be Inter Milan. Quite a big game, right?
Yes. Inter Milan are red hot form. The likes of Chernobyl and stuff, they are really in the form of their lives. They will really torment AS Roma. AS Roma with the new coach, they are still not the team we used to know. So I expect Inter Milan to carry the day at the end. Yes.
You think Inter will win away from home? You side with him?
Yeah, Inter is going to win. You see, the The problem with AS Roma is not about managerial, incompetence. Because when they sacked Mourinho, I knew that it was the wrong decision because it wasn't Mourinho. You see, you don't compete with Milan, Inter, Juventus, Napoli on a subsidized budget and try to overhaul these clubs. You understand? I mean, the kind of investment that these clubs are doing, if you are not able to match them, then it's going to be difficult for you to match them up. So I believe that it is not a matter of coaching, but it's a matter of the totality of the whole structure. AS Roma is not going to be competing with Inter Milan because if you look at the squad that Inter Milan has, the depth, the quality is going to be too much for AS Roma to withstand that firepower. So I don't think that AS Roma is going to come out on a better side.
So you go for an Inter Milan win. Yeah. All right, so both pundits going for an Inter Milan win, and that's as the review show we just brought to you because it's been a long break for international duty, and gradually the European top 5 clubs or teams are coming back, and we'll be seeing some interesting games when it resumes. But don't forget to subscribe to the Al Media channel on YouTube, and then just turn the notification button on, and then also you can bring in your comments and whatever you have to say. What are your predictions? Big games coming up. Liverpool will be at home and they'll play Chelsea. Manchester United have their manager, who is currently under fire, still in the dugout. That's Ten Hag. And how do you think they'll fare against Brentford? So thanks for having you. Thanks, gentlemen. Bye.